He's scrambling.
Saban put him in the first half.
Okay, we're going. Getting to it. Live, in person, in action, 13 minutes late. Welcome to the podcast.
Lightning delay.
Well, actually, yeah, delay a game.
Chick-fil-A delay. This show is not sponsored by Chick-fil-A, though, right?
No, we're not sponsored by anybody. But welcome back.
This is a Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic.
Welcome back
You're probably going to sue us for copyright
to
violation.
Third and Long,
Yeah.
the sports arm of Third Thoughts podcast. It's us. We know you missed it. We know you've been thinking about it. We know you needed to know all the things that Chief thinks about college football. This year's different, though, because we've got RNDY for the first time on Third and Long. He's our regular host with us on Third Thoughts.
Bring some SEC perspective, the conference.
He's a big dog fan. So it's good. It's good to diversify our perspectives, I guess.
I would like to file a petition with the SEC to take UCF into the SEC East.
They did win. They did win the national championship
Yeah,
last
well, yeah.
year.
Now you saw that, right?
I'm ordering my shirt.
The NCAA, like, there's an asterisk next to in the official record.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Yeah, they added it.
Yeah, they added UCF.
Because one governing body voted them as the champion,
Yeah.
UCF would win the SEC East,
except for Georgia.
including Georgia.
No.
Dude, I don't know.
Florida
if they could
State.
beat. I don't know if they could beat Georgia.
Our third team offensive linemen would all start at Florida State this year.
It's so
position?
rude to eat on air.
Not center. Not at center. Anywhere else. Nope. Not at left guard either. Our left guard's having to play right tackle, but
Right.
Is Mark
the
Richt-
right side needs some help.
Is Mark Richt your coach? Because you know that's what he did for years. He just recruited all guards and put them wherever they fit.
not anymore. We used to have a version of him.
Yes. The one who shall not be named.
Yeah.
You know, my dad is a Miami Hurricane fan. And he used to bother me about Jimbo Fisher, and he would call him Bimbo. Mm-hmm. And that used to bug me. But after last season, it turns out my dad was right all along.
Alan speaking great wisdom.
Jimbo actually is a bimbo.
Yes.
And so now he's Texas A&M's problem.
And he has a problem
Yeah, he does.
at Texas A&M. Shall we
does.
open with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish that
So
bite of chicken
evidently,
sandwich.
Jimbo,
I'm starving.
I know. I'm starving too. when you-
linebacker, transferred out of A&M, filed grievances with the NCAA. Basically, what he's trying to do is he's trying to get hardship case. He's trying to get a release so that he can play this year.
Right.
But basically said that he was handed $300 cash by an assistant coach to entertain players on unofficial visits, recruits, and then another time he was handed $400 cash to entertain recruits on unofficial visits. And all you can offer someone on an unofficial visit is 3 tickets.
Yeah.
That's all they can get. They gotta pay for everything else, food, everything. So, and then he said that they went over the allotted time in summer workouts, and the voluntary workouts. Defensive coordinator Mike Elko told them that they weren't really voluntary; they were mandatory because we got to start winning. And if you're not there, you don't play. So they made the involuntary workouts mandatory workouts, and there's going to be a little investigation going on down in College Station.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It seems like that's the thing now.
Oh, and also there was abusive and what was the word? Not downgrading. Demeaning statements made to players, which that's football.
Right. Yeah, coaches talk down to players all the time.
Play badminton or ping pong if you don't want your coach to talk down to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like maybe don't play a team sport, because I think that's a team sport thing.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're by yourself and you hire a coach, like you can just fire them, you know. But if you're on a team,
Right.
Like, just expect the coach to, like, coach you. What do you think this is?
Right. Exactly.
But anyway, that other stuff, though, I think that warrants a little look into it.
Yeah, definitely warrants a violation or an investigation for
Something.
violation.
But, you know,
That means that almost the entire West could
on
be on the
probation.
brink of probation, except for Alabama, who just owns the NCAA.
Well, do you know where the SEC offices are, right? Birmingham.
Tuscaloosa.
Birmingham. That's no. Tuscaloosa is where
They share an office with Saban.
That's where the refs for the championship game came from last year. Was from Tuscaloosa. All originally born and inbred.
So,
Wow.
but yeah. So
Why do we
you know,
always
that-
bust
that-
on Alabama?
But then we always have. But we
thing-
also
it's the thing
have,
to do.
since we're just talking about coaching, DJ Durkin at Maryland.
Yeah.
Still don't know his fate.
Here's the thing, dude. Do you think any of these other guys, Jimbo, Durkin, I mean, do they get more or less punishment than Urban Meyer?
Dude,
Durkin's going to get more punishment than Urban Meyer.
Durkin's going to get clipped.
Durkin's going to get fired and possibly, well, at best, sued.
Yeah.
Possibly criminal
Charged,
charges.
yeah.
I mean, he could really get a criminal charge of negligence.
And Damon Evans, the AD, could
Yeah.
go too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's already been fired once from Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, is he the guy
Yes, he's the
that
guy
got caught with the panties in his pocket?
the panties in his
That's
pocket
him.
with the woman in his car.
Oh, wow. Wow.
his career
the amount
will-
of debauchery in college.
The question is, who
football.
will hire him next? Auburn,
Probably,
Yeah, absolutely.
probably
Urban
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville, or
He would
Auburn.
fit in good.
Rehabilitate him.
Him and Petrino at one school, that would be, whoa.
You had
no
to-
way I would send my daughter to Louisville.
And Kiffin's offensive coordinator.
No.
Wait, no, Kiffin supposedly found Jesus. Have you seen this?
No.
There's all these posts that he found Jesus.
Well, that's good.
I
That's
mean-
good. Are they on Twitter?
Like, he has a whole website about him loving Jesus now.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Lane
That is
Kiffin is
cool.
an influential individual.
Hey, dude, okay. I'd said this last season on Third and Long, but if you do not follow Lane Kiffin on Twitter, you're just missing out.
Yeah.
You're missing out on one of the best things about social media is Lane Kiffin's Twitter. No question.
Yeah, I think so. So look, you mentioned him, Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Enough punishment, not enough punishment, just right punishment.
Okay, here's my thing. Todd Gurley
Yeah.
was suspended for how long?
3 games.
He got 3 games suspended.
was 3.
It was 3 or 4
Yeah.
for selling those autographs, right? Selling
Right.
those autographs.
Right.
Now we have Urban Meyer, who knew about one of his coaches.
It was 4 games, but
Okay, Todd Gurley, a player, a college football player, UGA, suspended for 4 games for autographs.
Yes.
Then you have a head coach who knew about his assistant coach beating his wife, abusing his wife. When it was happening, didn't do anything about it.
And DUI.
Yeah,
and being at a strip club.
criminal things. Okay, knows about this stuff.
He
It
was
comes
with Urban
out.
at the strip club, though.
It was Urban. I thought it was Tom Herman.
It was Tom Herman.
I heard Tom Herman tried to kiss the cheerleaders or the strippers on the cheek.
Well, you know, there is a rumor
Everyone's terrible.
that Tom Herman is the one that turned
Right.
Ohio State
Yep.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that too. But anyway, what my point is, Todd Gurley gets 4 games suspended
Yeah.
for autographs. Urban Meyer, who is not a college student,
No.
he's not a player. He's a grown man. He's the head coach. He's the top dog on this team. Supposed to be running the thing, and he gets 3 game suspension for something, in my opinion, is way worse than selling autographs.
Oh, yeah, covering up
A crime. A crime.
Yes.
Yeah, and he gets 1 less game suspension.
But let's
Than
face
Gurley.
it. I mean, Ohio State did not hire Urban Meyer because he was a man of high integrity.
Well,
No.
no. Well, no.
He has been known as a dirty guy his whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was at Florida, he did dirty things. There is a lot of evidence that says that he even knew about Aaron Hernandez doing the drive shooting in Gainesville.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But I mean, you know, he's win it at all costs. You know, that's why you bring in Urban Meyer. So if this is the situation, then why not just overlook it because you just want to win anyway?
Yeah. I mean, okay, bottom line, I think not enough punishment.
Yeah, I think not enough punishment either.
Not at all.
It's
Not
just,
when you suspend players for less.
right. It's all murky.
Or you take players' scholarships for abusing their girlfriends,
Right.
and they lose their scholarship.
Right.
This man he's suspended, but I think he still gets paid, right?
I don't think so.
He doesn't get paid?
I don't think so.
So
I'm trying to find a quote. There's an interesting quote.
So like of his $7.5 or $8 million, they're going to take what?
I don't even know.
A quarter of that away?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope he can make it on $6 million.
Yeah. Depends how much debt he has, I guess.
I guess. I mean, if he's like
Just
Saban,
probably
the
a
boosters
lot.
are going to have to come to the rescue and pay his house off. That's ridiculous,
Isn't
man.
it, though?
So yeah, I mean, we got all this stuff going on in the coaching ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have some other interesting coaching. What's his name from ESPN that went back into the college game?
Gruden.
No.
Oh, no, Gruden went back to the NFL.
Yeah.
UCLA, Chip Kelly? No.
No. The African American guy. Not Tony Dungy.
We're so prepared. Here
Herm
on-
Edwards. Herm Edwards.
So prepared
it's
on here on
terrible.
Third and Long.
Yeah, Herm Edwards is back in the coaching game.
Herm.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Where did he go?
Arizona or Arizona State. One of the
So it was
one
Arizona.
of, one of the Arizonas.
I thought it was Illinois, but I'll look.
Yeah, look at that up, Randy. Fact checker.
Randy's our fact checker. He's preparing as we do the show.
Well,
No, it is ASU, but that's weird. Why would they
Arizona
hire
State.
him?
Okay.
I mean, I
Oh,
can
it
do
was
this
Lovie
show
Smith.
completely unprepared.
Lovie
Off the
Smith
cuff.
went to the
Off
Illini.
the rip.
Yeah, I completely. I would like to give a shout out to venture away from college football for just a moment to Hawaii Little League for winning the Little League World Series,
Yeah,
bringing
man.
it home for the states again.
That was dope.
Yeah, they played Georgia was in the semifinals. Mm-hmm. Hawaii beat Georgia in the semis.
Yep.
So good
Could have been
shout out
us.
to Peachtree City.
Could have been us. They did a good job, though. They played
Yeah.
hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lots.
Is
of,
that
lots
why?
Of,
Is that why all the MLB teams were wearing the weird jerseys?
yes.
Those are cool jerseys, dude.
Yeah.
You saw the Braves ones? Mm-mm. They're really cool. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
But they did the whole special of the people that are pros now that played in the Little League World Series when they were that age. It was really
Yeah.
cool to see that.
That is cool.
And there's a lot of them that played in the Little League World Series. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That at that level, there was an interesting study done. Malcolm Gladwell talks about this.
Okay.
The best players are players with birthdays that are close to the cutoff line.
Well, that makes sense, I guess.
That more people with birthdays close to the cutoff line make it actually to pro sports than players with early birthdays because they're normally bigger and more mature.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which you understand that, I mean, when they get adults, that's going to catch up. But the thing that was presented in the study is that because they're bigger, they're seen as better players because they're more mature. So they're the ones that make the all-star team. So they get better coaching and
Yeah.
elongated seasons and more opportunity to play against better competition to hone their
so
skills.
it actually brings them up.
Yeah, so birthdays actually make a difference. So when you look at Major League Baseball players, most of them are going to have birthdays that are closer to the Little League cutoff age.
So the really exceptional ones are the early birthday guys.
Yeah.
They're just over and above.
Right, like my birthday, I always had to play a year ahead. They would never let me stay back and play my last year in the previous league. I always had to play a year ahead.
What is the
So I was
cutoff?
always-
What is the cutoff day?
I don't know.
It changes.
You can't turn 13 before a certain date. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so I mean, I always played against older kids. I always played against older competition, which I felt made me better.
Yeah.
I was never. I mean, I was a good ball player, but I was my whole career was more based on understanding the game and just outworking everybody rather than being
Just raw.
naturally,
Just raw
physically
athleticism.
gifted. Yeah, I was
And now you won't even throw the football with me in the parking lot.
because my arm will fall off.
It's not gonna. You don't have to throw lasers.
So listen, let's do this. Let's get back on college football.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Can we talk about the top 25?
We can. So the season already technically started.
Yeah, but not really. It's just
No,
it's Colorado
it has
State.
to count.
It counts.
It counts.
Ish.
But yeah, let's talk top 25.
Okay.
We're heading into really, yeah, this is the opening weekend, right? So
Yeah, and a strange phenomenon in the top 25.
yeah,
Every SEC team is not ranked in the preseason top 25 like they normally are.
I don't think they ever are. We have Vandy, South Carolina, Florida.
Are you sure South Carolina didn't start like at 24, 25 last year?
Yeah, but they're terrible.
Right, but here's what happens. They rank all the SEC teams in the preseason top 25, so you're always beating a ranked team or getting beat by a ranked team, so it keeps you in the top 25.
I will say this: I'm not one of those that's like I'm not a conference fan because I just don't care that much.
No, the only people that you ever see doing that, the only people that ever chant conference names,
SEC.
SEC.
Till
Yeah.
they get beat, then the other conference
Well,
chants.
But here's the thing, yeah. Well, but I think it's more like a parody, right? Like
Right,
they're making
of
fun of
course.
it. But
Yeah.
I think what they found is that was just marketable. Like there was this air about because the SEC was really dominant.
There
for
was a
while.
period, yeah.
And I think it just had this air of dominance. And I think what they realized is, hey, we might as well make money off this.
Yeah.
So let's put it in a commercial and let's make it a thing.
Yeah.
It's all money,
Dude,
That's
it's
the
all
thing.
money.
That's the thing you have to bring it back to. It's all
Conference was
money.
weak last year for sure. I mean, you had Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn, and everybody else was a notch below that.
Yeah.
But even Auburn was a notch below Alabama
Yeah.
and Georgia.
If they weren't at home, if Auburn didn't play at home, if they didn't have home field advantage,
Yeah.
they were very just normal and average.
But I will say, top 25 this year is probably one of the most interesting ones
yeah, I
in
think
several
so.
seasons.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do it, Chief? Well, you just want to go through it? You just want to talk about
Yeah, I mean,
who's where?
you got Alabama at number 1.
Naturally.
Should be.
Well, they won the championship.
Nick Saban had an interesting quote. He was talking about losing the linebackers. He lost 2 linebackers in 2 consecutive days.
Yeah.
He said, "You guys act like it's not a big deal. You just act like we
can crap players
We
out."
crap players up here." He said, "But I'm worried about our depth. I don't know if he's really worried about their depth, but they are thin at the linebacker position for probably the first time in I don't know when. But yeah, I mean they're the odds-on favorite. Who wins the quarterback battle in Tuscaloosa?"
That's a tough question. I think they're both going to play early. He's shown the history of playing both players the first couple games and then picking. He's done that every year he's had this issue.
I just don't know how you go away from, I mean, somebody that won 22 games in their first 2 years.
Because he's awful when he plays a good defense. When he plays a really good defense, he is not good. He can't throw the ball. I mean, Georgia had average pass defense, and he couldn't throw on us.
I think you stick. Yeah, I think you stick with him because it's to me it's kind of like
It's that intangible.
yeah, it's kind of like that situation at Georgia. You know, everybody's so hyped on Justin Fields, right?
Yeah.
But you can't deny Jake Fromm, man. I mean, he's a winner.
He
And
is.
I think that's what you have here with Hurts.
Yeah, I think so too. And listen, I'm telling you that had Saban put, I'm not even going to try his name.
Tua, just
Tua.
Tua.
If he tries to put Tua in the game in the first half, if Tua plays in the first half, Georgia wins the national championship because they make those adjustments at halftime.
Yep.
Because you got a quarterback in there that can throw the ball.
Right.
But because he came out in the second half with the brand new quarterback, Georgia didn't have time to make the adjustments, and they weren't prepared for somebody that could throw the football. And it made Georgia's defense made the guy look like, the next Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, there are a
and
couple.
he's not.
There are a couple plays he did, but then he looked average. I mean, he threw the pick.
Yeah.
He threw the pick. We went up high, got the pick, and then Fromm throws the pick right back off the dude's helmet. But anybody could throw on that long pass. I mean, that's a highlight you see over and over. The dude was wide.
Yeah.
We were missing our issue last year, and if you watch the Missouri game last year, it was, 21-21 before we pulled away.
Yeah.
It was rough. I mean,
Scary.
it was scary because those dudes, Locke is a good quarterback. That would be the game I'm circling to be worried about early in the season for Georgia. Because, I mean, this year, though, I think we have some depth. We have a couple guys coming along, so we'll see. we won't see this weekend. Austin Peay is not really going to be a challenge.
Yeah, let's get to this weekend.
Yeah,
let's
right.
get to the 25
Alabama
first.
plays Louisville.
Yeah.
Which,
we'll get to opening weekend.
Yes,
we'll talk
Alabama.
Yeah.
That number 2 Clemson.
They did announce their starting quarterback.
Did they?
This morning as well, with Kelly Bryant.
Oh, Bryant's
Yep.
going back with Bryant.
Yep.
I wonder if Trevor Lawrence. I wonder if he.
Oh, he'll stay. I mean, they'll put him in for some PT. You think?
Well, Bryant's a senior this year.
Yeah,
Or
he'll
a
have to
junior?
stay.
I think
He's a senior.
He's a senior.
He's a senior.
he is.
He was a junior
redshirt
last year.
Yeah,
And they lost the other dude from Grayson. He transferred out. So I mean,
that's Trevor Lawrence.
no, Trevor Lawrence was
he
from Cartersville.
Cartersville, that's right.
Yeah, he was a kid from Grayson that transferred out. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. So you got Clemson at number 2. May have the best defensive line ever in the history of college football.
It really is an NFL line. It seems like.
Yeah. But the secondary's not good. But I still think they're UGA at number 3.
It's not much to say.
No, I mean,
who's going to beat them?
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. We have one tough game, I think, one really tough game, and it's at home, Auburn.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the year.
Even then, I mean,
I don't think Auburn's going to be what Auburn was last year. They lost 4 of the 5 starters on the offensive line. They lost their best running back, which, I mean, they look mortal when he was out.
Yeah.
When you get any pressure on Stidham, he's just not good. And by all accounts, I'm hearing our outside linebacking core is going to be better than last year. Now, we are missing all-world linebacker Roquan Smith. I mean, that's going to be – if you watch Georgia football last year, I mean, he's like a red blur on the screen.
I mean, he was everywhere.
He was everywhere in every game. So, I mean, that's going to be – you can't fit – I mean, Kirby's already came out, and I don't know if he's just trying to motivate the players. I think he was being truthful. He said, we don't have a first-round pick at linebacker this year. And he's right. Yeah. I mean, we have a dude that –
dude, sometimes you just have players that it doesn't – they have the intangibles, as I were talking about. I mean, they just have the extra level. And you can't replace that with just anybody.
No.
Even a great player at that position.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, and I'm going to go back to something Jimbo Fisher used to always say. This is a different team.
Right. Yep.
You know, we're not defending anything. You know, we're not defending our ACC championship. We're not defending a national championship because this is a different team. It's a different team than we had last year. Different players, different scenario, and that's the way it is in college football.
That's definitely
right.
true. And I think with all the coaching changes this year too, I think teams are more different. Those teams especially, because then you got a whole new staff and you got new ideology. You got new.
Oh yeah,
it will be really interesting.
Wisconsin at number 4.
Yeah, that was interesting for me. And they even got one first place.
Well, they
vote.
held off Miami in that bowl game.
Yeah, Miami was overrated last year, though, I think.
That is an interesting pick. Wisconsin's kind of been moving up the rankings the past couple of years, though.
Yeah.
A couple seasons, they keep getting preseason ranked higher and higher, and this is the highest they've been. I don't know. Whatever, man. If I have to put a Big Ten team in there, I like that.
Yeah, but here's
go with them.
Here's the thing about Wisconsin, though. What happens every time you get a Wisconsin or a team like that matched against the speed and athleticism of the Southeast, there's just they can't keep up. They can't match man for man. That's the bad thing. But you can't just say, okay, all the fast teams in the Southeast, we're going to rank you on the top because Wisconsin's going to be there. I mean, who's going to beat them up? I mean, that's what you're looking at.
Right.
Then number 5, the Ohio State University. And
suspended.
Urban Meyer.
Oregon State, now's your chance.
Yeah.
TCU, I think they have them early.
Now's your chance.
I don't think it makes a difference. No. I don't think Urban makes a difference.
Not in those first 3 games, no.
6, Washington.
Auburn,
they open with Auburn, but go
they
ahead.
do open with Auburn. Is Jacob Eason playing?
No, Jake Browning's there. He's established senior starter.
Okay.
Jake Eason has the red shirt anyways.
Oh, yeah, that's
this year. But Jake Browning's established anyways as a senior.
And he's good.
He's really good.
He's a solid quarterback.
I
like Washington, man. They're one of those that's like they're inconsequential to Florida State most of the time. So I just don't. You just have those teams you kind of have you're kind of fond of, but you don't know why.
Pac-10's been kind of inconsequential to college football, hasn't it, for a while? A couple of seasons now.
Pac-12?
Pac-12, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because we're on the East Coast.
So you're saying there's an East Coast bias?
Well, we don't want to stay
No.
We don't
it's
want to
just
stay up that late to
yeah,
watch
we're
that jump.
sleepy. It's Saturday night. I'm tired, man. I've been watching football all day. I gotta go to sleep.
My big day is Sunday.
Yeah, I gotta work.
It's
Sunday
like
morning.
49-49. Those are exciting games.
No, listen. One of my favorite things to do is Pac-12 after dark and watch those late games because it's really entertaining. But yeah, because I work so early Sunday morning, it's kind of it's kind of ruined for me.
Yeah, you can't watch a ball game that comes on at 10 p.m.
All right, you can.
Yeah.
I've done it, but it doesn't.
I tried one time.
I don't
Boise
feel good
State.
the next day.
It was Boise, and they were on that horrendous blue field. I just had to turn it off.
I know, dude. That jump
Yeah,
hurts
that will
your
keep
head.
you up at
It's
night.
making me nauseous.
It's like more blue light from your screen.
Yeah.
In UHD, it's even worse. Just in case
I'm
you're wondering,
sure.
4K UHD is bad.
Number 7, Oklahoma.
I think that's.
We'll see.
I think you have to because where they ended up last year, but that's definitely a different team.
Oh yeah, I mean, first round, the quarterback's gone. Kyler Murray's coming in, and he's. Have you heard this weird deal? He's gonna after this year, he's leaving for the Major League Baseball, which is It's just really weird. He's already signed.
He signed a major league contract.
Really?
They told him he could play one more year of football.
Why even bother if you know that?
Yeah.
That's,
What if you get hurt?
Well,
he's
I
got
think
insurance.
Yeah, I'm sure he's insured, but I mean, that's a big question mark. What if you get hurt? But he said this is his last year of college football. But then Stoops comes out and says, "We're not sure." Not Stoops. Was it Bob Stoops that made the statement?
I don't know. Are you talking? Is it their coach now?
Yes, their coach now. Anyway, he comes out and he says,
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley. He comes out and says, "We don't know if this is last year or not." He hadn't made a statement. He literally, with his own mouth, made the statement, "This is my last year."
Did he mean like an official, like written?
I don't know what he meant,
statement?
but he said, "We don't know. We're looking into the future. You can't ever tell." He's not going to turn down because he was a first-round major league draft pick.
Heck no. There's no amount of bribes they could even come up with illegally.
Yeah, listen, there's no way I would go through summer camp.
No way, dude. You must just really love the game.
Unless you really love football, why would you play a contact sport? Just from the perspective,
insurance or not, I would still be concerned about getting hurt and shortening my career.
Number 8,
the
University of Miami.
Erratic quarterback play.
This is like Oklahoma and like Wisconsin for me. Where they ended up last year, I think you have to.
But do you? Where they ended up, I would say if you base it on how they started last year.
But even then,
just like every Mark Richt team, they imploded.
Richt is going to Richt.
Yeah, still believe that. And
I don't
and
understand.
They narrowly won a lot of games.
Right.
They should have lost to Florida State.
And probably Georgia Tech.
If Charles Kelly is, if he loses his headset and the defense has to call their own play, we win that game.
Yeah, they narrowly escaped some games last year. And then, of course, the Pitt loss.
Yeah.
Inexplicable.
Yeah.
That's just Mark Richt every year. And
then the
Number 9, Auburn. This is the first one that I just really look at and say, yeah, you got it. That's a big miss.
That's SEC right there. That's SEC bias.
That one is
SEC
funky.
bias.
I think the only reason they're in the top 10 is because of that one victory against Georgia.
No, dude, they beat Alabama too. They beat 2 number 1 teams in the country, but they lost their best pass rusher. They lost 4 or 5 offensive linemen. They lost Kerryon Johnson.
Yeah.
Stidham is okay, but Stidham is not good under pressure. No. Georgia proved that last year in the SEC championship game. They're not good under pressure.
Yeah, I'm not.
Secondary
not sure
is a little suspect this year.
I think they're a solid 12
to 15. Yeah,
I wouldn't put them in top 10.
Here's your dark horse right here, guys.
I know.
At number 10, Penn State.
Yep.
There's your dark horse.
Listen, man, I was on the Penn State wagon last year until that Ohio State game. And I remember it because I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
It would just kind of deflated after that. But they're another one of those teams. I think if I got to pick, I don't know. If I've got to pick a Big Ten team, I like Penn State.
They'll be okay. The quarterback's good.
Yeah. No more Saquon.
Yeah, no more Saquon Barkley.
But, okay, Saquon, I'm not diminishing his athleticism. Incredible athlete, incredible football player.
Yeah.
But when you watch those games, the holes he ran through,
Oh, they were huge.
I could have run through those holes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're a very fundamentally sound football team. They don't make execution errors. I mean, I think they're a team to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Michigan State is at number 11.
I don't have much to say about Michigan State.
No.
They're always floating around up there.
Good, but they can never get over that hump, can they, to get in the top tier group?
Wasn't there some funny business at Michigan State too?
Yeah, it was
Gymnastics.
It wasn't football. It was
Something with the football team also, because there was some thoughts that possibly it would follow Harlan Barnett because it was something on with defensive staff.
Oh, I don't know.
A toxic environment
I
or
don't
something.
remember that. Yeah, I
Anyway.
do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, Notre Dame at 12. Notre Dame's got a good football team.
They lost Elko.
They're another one of those.
That'll be the big thing.
They lost Elko to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Their
They're
defense was decent.
Yeah, they're just another. They're another one. They're kind of like Penn State to me. They're just a solid team.
Stanford.
What Okay, yeah.
Bryce Love.
I don't watch enough Stanford. I just don't. That's another one of those that kind of slips beyond me.
Number 14, Michigan.
Michigan.
Now, how did that?
I don't know. Jim Harbaugh's a clown.
Dude, Shea Patterson could come in and be the solution at quarterback.
But how did?
We'll find out. They play Notre Dame opening weekend. We'll find out how good both of those teams are.
Number 15, University of Southern California.
Brand new quarterback.
Yeah, which is probably a blessing for them.
Although Sam Darnold played pretty well
When he
in
wasn't
the
going.
NFL.
But he did not play good his
Last
senior
year,
year
he was
at
throwing
USC.
picks every
Yeah,
year.
he really botched last year in college, but his preseason games this year.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and call this bold prediction.
Okay.
Sam Darnold is going to be a new Matt Ryan. He's going to have a better pro career than he had college career.
I believe that.
Matt Ryan was not a good quarterback at Boston College.
He was for them. He was good.
I mean, he threw so many interceptions his last year, and then he comes to the pros. He's a pretty good quarterback. I think Sam Darnold's going to do the same thing.
I can see it.
TCU at number 16. Listen, when you get down here, really, you could just throw all these in a hat and just kind of pull them out.
Yeah, once you get past 15, it's like
Yeah. The only one worth mentioning when you get down here is number 19, Florida State. I would like to point out that the ACC has 4 teams ranked in the top 25, as does the SEC.
To me, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Nope. The SEC has 5. I didn't see LSU down there at number 25.
Still a shakeup to me.
LSU is going to drop out after the first week.
Still big.
I would like to sit through an LSU practice.
Can you understand what he's saying? Is that
I just want to know if it sounds like English when he gets excited.
it's like the Water Boy? What's the guy, the Cajun guy from the Water Boy? How does he recruit? Like if he came in my house to talk to me about my son,
You don't leave the state. You don't let your head coach leave the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's
Except-
how you recruit.
except Kirby Smart's pulling him from there,
Yeah.
or Emory, one of the top rated backs.
Well, what's about to happen is if LSU doesn't turn things around, everybody's going to start
Yeah.
going to Louisiana and pulling players.
Tom Herman's going to start kissing him on the cheek from Texas.
Listen, yeah. Hey, Tom Herman, he may end up being a good hire at Texas. I mean, I just don't know. I mean,
He avoids the strip clubs.
I don't even know that he has to do that. You're talking about big oil money. They'll protect him.
I'm really glad Georgia didn't hire him. The whole kissing the dudes on the cheek as they run.
That's
on
a
the
little
field.
creepy.
It is a little bit creepy.
I can't do that.
Let's close it out.
Yeah,
Let's talk about opening weekend coming up.
let's do it.
We got Labor Day.
Yeah,
There's a lot of games.
yeah,
I'm going to watch all of them. That's physically possible for me to watch.
yeah.
So I'll have lots of thoughts next week.
Well, you call some opening weekend matchups,
Yeah, I will.
and let's give
what I'm gonna
score
do,
predictions.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the ESPN Pick'em, and we're going to add. We'll add. Of course, the Florida State game is not on this Pick'em list, but we'll do that one last. Well, let's go through these Pick'ems and see what you think, Chief. All right. Start at the bottom.
We're picking
here.
against the spread, right?
Yeah. All right. Louisville, #1 Alabama.
What's the spread?
I'll have to open the other app to look at that.
If I just got to pick that one straight up, I mean, I guess I'd have to go with Alabama. If I just got to pick it straight up, I don't know what the spread is. Well, deadly silence kills the podcast.
Let's just pick it straight up.
Straight up, I'm going with Alabama.
Yeah, let's just pick it straight up.
Louisville in the upset. No, I'm kidding. Alabama's going to roll them.
It'd be an insane upset.
I mean, that game was probably scheduled.
What will Louisville do now? They return to their bottom of the ACC? Or the middle?
They'll be in the middle. I don't think they'll go back to the bottom. Petrino's not a bad coach.
No, he's going to score points regardless of who his quarterback is. They're going to score points.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to find a way. And he's going to take those players that nobody else will take. So he's going to have some great athletes.
Yeah. #5, Ohio State and Oregon State.
I'm going with Oregon State.
With the upset.
I just cannot pick, even though Urban Meyer's not going to be there. Just can't do it.
Poor Oregon State. You know?
Yeah, Ohio State's going to take all their frustrations out. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be.
#7, Oklahoma and FAU. Old Kiffin.
I'm going to have to go with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closer than the experts think.
You think so?
Yeah.
You got to hold a pencil up when you do that.
Hey, I
didn't have one.
I could see.
Not so fast.
I could see FAU doing something funny, but I don't know that they can last.
He's not there yet.
In their first 3 possessions, you'll see every trick play
Ever
invented in football.
That's what. I just don't think they can last 4 quarters.
No, they don't have the athletes to do it. They don't have the depth. I mean, maybe in a few years they will.
Yeah. #17, West Virginia and the Tennessee Volunteers.
Oh, that's not even. Dude, going to be a blowout, West Virginia.
You think so?
Tennessee is going to get embarrassed.
I'm going with Tennessee.
Ooh, are you serious?
I think that's a hot take. I think it's possible.
Dude, Pruitt has not proven himself as a great coach.
He hasn't.
He is not. I mean, it's easy. He's finding it's harder to recruit at Tennessee than it was at Georgia or Bama.
He hasn't. But
But he's recruited better at Tennessee than the previous coaches at Tennessee.
Jones actually had great recruiting classes and couldn't coach. We're finding Pruitt seeing this a little. I mean, it's in such a disarray. Georgia pulled offensive lineman out of there last year, out of Knoxville. The dude's dad played at UT, and they couldn't get him to sign. I mean, that's.
I know. Tennessee has some deep problems.
That program is in turmoil.
And they've got to fix it.
But
this is their first. You got it, but you can't blame that on Pruitt.
No, but they don't have a quarterback. That's the thing.
Because this is his first full recruiting cycle. You have to give him a chance.
Yeah, and,
to have a full year recruiting.
And they have I think it's 1 or 2 of the top 15 players for 2019 have committed to the Vols.
Yeah, listen, the guy's good in the living room. I mean, Pruitt's good in the living room.
Yeah.
He wasn't good in Mark Richt's living room.
I don't know that he wanted to be.
Yeah.
I don't think that he ever planned on being there.
That was a train wreck at UGA. If you don't know the whole story, that's beyond what I do think West Virginia. It's going to be a few years before Tennessee's back. They do not have a quarterback. That's their problem.
Oh no, okay. Don't misunderstand me. I don't think they're back by any means.
No, but
I think they could upset
Will
West
Grier.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, Will
that's
Grier
possible.
is good.
Yeah, no, he is.
Solid quarterback. He was solid at Florida until he got caught with a pet issue. He's going to be good. I think it's going to be a blowout.
But West Virginia, again, is like, it's one of those teams where I feel like they should be better
Than they actually are.
and they just don't.
Dude, how
You
hard?
know how we talk about these teams like, oh, they can't go 4 quarters.
Yeah.
That's what West Virginia's kind of like that for some reason.
I think it's awesome they're even this good. How hard would it be to recruit to West Virginia?
Yeah,
Tough.
really hard. Yeah.
Tough. #23, Texas and
Texas.
Yeah, I'm going Texas too.
Yeah, I think there's too much trouble in Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
There's too much going on. There's too much other stuff.
Too many athletes in Texas.
I
Yeah,
don't think Texas is
bottom
back
line.
yet. I think they take a big step forward this year, though. I think
we
the win
see.
total's
Yeah,
better.
I think we see them start to rise once again.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
We're not going to do Georgia and Austin P.
Nah, we don't need to do that.
That's not even. Is that a game? Texas
I
Tech.
may have a surprise pick there. You can't.
Texas Tech versus Ole Miss. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going Texas Tech.
I'm going Ole Miss.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think there's too much going on at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I think
they lost too many players.
They're still squashed in the sanctions.
The quarter.
I just don't think they care about that anymore. They're putting on the gas mask. I mean, they're free.
The land shark.
The land shark.
Motivated by the new mascot.
Tony the land shark.
Left shark.
Worst mascot in college football.
Arizona, BYU.
Arizona and BYU.
Yeah.
BYU.
That's just I just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, we got to go for the Mormons.
Notre Dame, number 12 Notre Dame, number 14 Michigan.
Notre Dame.
I'm calling Shea Patterson here. He has a big game. First game out. He's got some wheels on him, too, so he can escape. And they're always going to have a good defense at Michigan. I mean, they've recruited well on that side of the ball.
Yep. Michigan defense is pretty decent. I don't know, man. I have hope for a new quarterback for them, but I mean, we'll see.
I don't like Harbaugh by any stretch, but I think Shea Patterson's finally he's the best quarterback that he's had since he's been there.
Yeah.
And
Their offense is just anemic. It just
Yeah.
I don't until I see them play this year, I don't have any reason to believe it won't be again.
Here's the thing. I don't know who's coaching their offensive line, but it's a downgrade from what they had last year because they lost one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
We'll see. I'm gonna pull Notre Dame there. Simply because Florida State has to play them, and I just need them to have victories.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Georgia did last year.
I want all of our opponents to win until they play us.
Right.
That's what I like. All right. Number 9, Auburn. Number 6, Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
I think you got a leader in Jake Browning. Mm-hmm. You got a team that's been in some tough situations past couple of years, some high stakes games. I think. Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be 7 to 10 point game. Washington. I think Auburn's defense will keep them in the game because they do still have some good defensive linemen. There's not going to be much running room for Washington, but I think Brown will get it done.
It's too hot for that sweater vest. He's not even going to be able to pay attention by the fourth quarter.
If they lose this game, and
he's on the hot seat.
I know they just extended him. I don't think he'll last this season if they go down. Auburn fans are so fickle. Petrino will be back.
Whoa, that's a bold pick.
Hot take.
You don't think Petrino?
Spicy.
Dude, they would hire Petrino in a heartbeat.
That's
spicy take.
You know they already tried to hire him once. They flew the airplane, and the Auburn boosters are absolutely insane.
Well, it's been a rough couple years for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you even want to? You don't really even want to pick. Like, there's no way Furman beats Clemson or anything like that.
Oh no.
There's no way Austin Peay beats Georgia. I mean,
the question there is when will Justin Fields come in?
Although we did make a trip to Furman just to see the campus, and it's probably one of the most embarrassing displays I've ever seen because we walk into this area where they're doing the presentation, and they have the water bottles arranged on the table, and it's a gigantic F-U.
Somebody in that admissions department is laughing their head off because they continue to be able to do stuff.
They make
that.
the hat with the FU,
Yeah.
and they sell it right beside the South Carolina hat with the second half of their mascot's name on it.
So
that's great. Okay, so let's move to Sunday. We got Miami LSU. LSU, another anemic offense.
Yeah, I don't think Miami can score either, though. That's going to be, I think, a low-scoring game. Offenses are still sloppy at the beginning of the year a lot of times. And LSU's defense is really good.
As much as I hate to say it, Miami probably has one of the best linebacking cores in the nation.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
they are
low-scoring game, I think.
I think, again, I like last year with Miami, I think it comes down to how well the quarterback play is.
He's erratic. Rozier,
Yeah.
right?
I'm I'm going to go with LSU just because.
Here's what I think. Rozier throws 3 picks. There's no way they win.
I think Miami's going to pull it out. I just got a feeling offensively they're going to be just a little bit better. LSU is, unless they come out and the transfer quarterback, where did he come from? Was it Ohio State? I can't remember. They had a transfer quarterback that's not what they thought he was, and so they're struggling.
That's a tough pick for me. I'm going to pick LSU out of principle.
LSU's had some discipline issues too.
Yeah, I don't think LSU is a good team.
Because they can't understand what their coach says. They don't know what the rules are.
And the most important pick, Monday, September 3rd, Virginia Tech against our Florida State Seminoles.
Man, I'm going to have to go with the Seminoles.
I think I have to. I mean, I'm not going to pick against them, of course. I think it's shaping up to be a pretty good game. They announced this morning that Francois will be our starter.
That's the worst kept secret in college football, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would love to see Hockman play, but he hasn't been out there. He's never been out there. And you've got and your choices are between.
He's QB2.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think there was ever a way he could win that battle.
No, there's no way he's gonna start, but
Francois is just experienced.
He's gonna be ahead of Blackman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, really.
Yeah.
That surprises me though.
Hockman was the quarterback last year had he not been hurt.
Yeah. No, I knew that.
He was hurt. It's why we had to go with Blackman.
I mean, Blackman could have played worse last year, for sure.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, I mean, he could have,
dude. Anybody
other than because he had some catastrophic fumbles.
I mean, Florida State was 7-6, lost 3 games by less than a touchdown.
Yeah,
could have very easily been 10-3,
and that's what I'm saying.
Blackman.
He had some catastrophic mistakes.
Well, also, in our defense was just a catastrophe.
Yeah, those games should not have been that close anyway.
But yeah, I'm gonna go 37-21.
Whoa, 37.
That's a blowout.
Yeah.
37-21. Okay. I'm gonna go similar. I'm gonna go like 35-24. I think it's closer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at what Taggart did in the first 4 games with his starting quarterback at Oregon, and they just outpaced everybody. And the athletes he has at Florida State are so much better than the athletes he had there. Cam Akers in that Gulf Coast offense,
monster.
I mean, even Laybourne in the Gulf Coast offense. You've got Patrick running smash mouth football. I mean,
do you have anybody that can block?
No.
See, that's going to be key.
But neither did Oregon. That's the thing. You just in the Gulf Coast offense. That's why you create space, so you allow your athletes to hit those seams that create themselves naturally. As the defensive linemen drive our offensive linemen into the backfield, there's a natural seam created.
I think the good thing.
No, listen. I believe we have one of. Now he's not the best.
Oh, Cam Akers is good,
but we have one of the best, most experienced centers in college football. Now, I would not have said that 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was hoping they'd pull a scholarship.
Yeah, but he's been through a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. You've got Landon Dickerson, who's been moved to right tackle. He's more comfortable at a guard spot, but he played tackle. He just missed being a 5-star offensive tackle in high school. So I mean, he was a tackle by trade coming into college football. And then Williams out at left tackle. He's young, but he is a very talented kid. And then we just got beef in the guard spots. I mean, there's no doubt that these guys can move people. Here's the difference, though. One of the reasons Florida State looked so bad on the offensive line was not that we had bad offensive linemen, but we recruited road graders for a zone blocking scheme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we recruited big offensive linemen to play in an athletic-based offensive line scheme, and they couldn't do it. You know, you can't recruit a 327-pound guard and then ask him to reach block out on the cornerback. He can't get there. This is line them up, hit the person in front of you, and push them off the ball. Which, when we did that last year, when Odell came in and we just said, hey, let's put a hat on a hat and let's drive people off the ball, our offensive line did not look bad those last ball games that we played, those last 2 ball games. So I'm looking for very improved play. The area of concern I have with Florida State is at linebacker.
Yeah.
We just don't have any. Not only do we not have proven depth, I don't know that we even have a lot of skill. I don't even know that we have a lot of young talent at linebacker. So
it's going to depend on the points.
Jaden Woodby, 5-star safety out of California. He's been moved to the star position, so he's playing that kind of hybrid, outside linebacker position.
I figured that would happen.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a good year.
I think I'm encouraged because we've seen Francois play with no protection.
Yeah.
Now, he was hurt last year badly, and I mean you never know how that affects a player until they get out there and play.
Right, until he gets hit.
Games,
we'll see what happens when he gets hit. What you're really going to see is when he gets chased down from behind again, because that's what hurt him.
That's the scary thing. Now,
yeah.
He's taken a clobbering. That whole 16 season was...
Oh, if you hit him, what he's proven is he is Achilles.
Yeah.
You hit him in the mouth, he gets back up. But if you tackle him by the heel, he's down for a season.
Yep.
So we'll just see what happens. But I think it's going to be a fun football year. And closing out, we are in the golf playoff season. Bryson DeChambeau won the first playoff tournament.
Let me start the music.
Listen, here's the crazy thing. That's what I want to point out.
Okay.
This guy, Bryson DeChambeau, he plays with clubs that are all the same length. All of his irons are the same length.
What?
And they just have different lofts. Yeah.
Really?
He created his clubs that way so that he can take the exact same swing with all of his irons, and he adjusts the loft of the club to get the distance he needs. So when he hits a 9-iron, it's not the same loft as every other pro's 9-iron. When he hits a 7-iron, it's a different loft because he needs the distance, but he doesn't get the same trajectory.
Wow.
But he goes out there, he wins the first leg of the playoffs. Tiger finishes a distant, I don't know, maybe 42nd or something like that.
Yikes.
But I'm calling it right now. Tiger is coming home with the FedEx Cup Championship.
Hot takes from the Chief on 3rd and Long about golf. Thanks for being with us if you've been with us live. If you're listening later on whatever podcast platform you prefer, we appreciate that as well. Let us know where you're listening from. Drop us a review, a comment. We know sports is a hot topic, and we know you're very passionate about that. So tell us how you feel. Tell us what stories you'd like us to cover. You never know what we'll get to here on 3rd and Long. We're going to mainly cover college football, but we like all sports, and I'm a bigger NFL fan than both of these guys. So I'm going to bring my own flavor of that this year as well.
While you kneel.
And I'm going to take a knee. And... But yeah, catch us Wednesday live at 2 p.m. for Third Thoughts when we get into current events, politics, and other things of the world. Join us every Monday at noon live for 3rd and Long. It's been good. It's been fun. I've been Clay. I've been with the Chief. I've been with RNDY. This has been 3rd and Long. Go Noles.
That's my favorite picture of Aiden ever.